Welcome to the next episode of Take 10 with Zen, where we take 10 minutes or less to chat about how we can connect higher to spirit, connect more to the powerful individuals that we are, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. We're right in the middle of kind of talking about how to connect to our spiritual gifts, how to open up the pipeline to unconditional love, and how we can practice more of our spiritual gifts. And I had a great question from one of my subscribers. Thank you so much, Keel, for your question, because the question had to do with how to connect to the higher love and how to know the difference between the different types of love that we do experience as humans. And that fits right into spiritual gifts, because really, it all is about higher love. A key answer to the question of how do we tell the difference between the different types of love that we experience as humans is in the term of higher love when we refer to as higher unconditional love. If there's any condition to it whatsoever, any kind of supposed to or should or need to or have to or must, that is conditional love. And so that is not the higher love, that is not the unconditional love from up above. Because really, love comes down to just two buckets: unconditional love and the conditional. And we'll know which love that we're experiencing by the vibration. Lower vibrational love is rooted in fear of losing love because it can be lost, versus unconditional love, which, of course, cannot. Lower vibrational emotions are all rooted in the fear of rejection ultimately. And that can look like the fear of failure, the fear of being left behind, the fear of abandonment, and all sorts of fears we experience in this human form. They are opposite, so they become easier and easier to tell the difference between the two. The more we experience the higher unconditional love by connecting more and more to spirit, we see the difference and feel the difference between that and the lower vibration. We only find that higher love inward and upward very rarely out there in the human world, unless we come across some sort of ascended master or someone who's very connected to spirit in that moment. Higher vibrational love feels free, where lower vibrational love feels restrictive and you feel like you're trapped. Higher vibrational love feels limitless, and of course, lower vibrational love makes us feel limited. And the higher vibrational love feels joy and happiness, and the lower vibrational feels depressing and sad and sorrow. So it feels very hot and cold, and we start to feel the difference so extreme. It's not like, around mid-range, we start to feel the extremities of, being in a blizzard or being laying in the sun, at a beach. We start to realize that difference more and more clearly. So once we see, that is the higher love and this is the lower love, well, how do we get there? How do we raise our level? What do we do to get there? Since this is a short video, what I would recommend if you want to dig deeper and find out more information, I have this series, Take 10 with Zen. I have several different videos in this series that actually talk about different ways to connect higher and see higher as well. And then also I have a U times 2 series, which is like 40 videos. It was a last year kind of a podcast that I did that lists a lot of helpful videos too. These include ideas on how to connect more to our higher selves and more often, as this is one of the huge ways in which we become acquainted and connected to that higher love. We're made of that. And the more our human character connects with their real higher self, that actor behind the character, the more we see the human life from a higher perspective. These videos also talk about how to lower our fear vibrational noise and the energy that we're focusing on. Wherever we focus our energy, it grows. Like attracts like. And we can change from the habit that we're taught of, which we're taught to focus on our fears. What we fear will come into our life or leave our lives. We're taught to focus on what we're missing or we feel we're missing. And we're taught to focus on what we hate. Instead, we can learn a habit of focusing our energy on the higher things, the higher love. Part of the fear noise radiates down there in the basement of our human lives, where we have our unconscious and our subconscious. Future episodes of this Take 10 series is actually going to give us tools on how we can connect with and transform those energies that are bouncing around down there in the cellar. Last episode, we talked about how songs and music can lift our vibration and help us connect more and more to that higher love and to raise our vibration as well. And they specifically wanted to bring in singing bowls. Now, Tibetan singing bowls is something that's been around for a long, long time, centuries, if not millennium, because the Tibetan monks had this belief that they knew we were energetic bodies, and they knew that as we experience lower vibrational energies, they feel like it creates pockets of this lower vibrational in our energetic body, which can then influence and impact our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, and our lives. So they intentionally created these Tibetan singing bowls to help transform the vibration of that body. This is one of my favorite singing bowls that I have. It's, of course, my largest one here. And we're going to end this session, because we're running out of time, on this, listening to it as we drift off. But next episode, I'm going to introduce you to all of my singing bowl children and have an opportunity to see the difference and talk more in depth about singing bowls. So hopefully this won't be too loud. And this singing bowl goes and it goes and it goes. So hopefully this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions on anything that we've talked about in this episode, please comment down below. And if you have any ideas of what you would like, any questions answered, it's still going here, for the future, please comment down below. And if you don't want to put it out in the public, you can also send me an email to brettazen@gmail.com, and I will answer you there. So looking forward to the next episode where you get to meet all of my singing bowls. And in the meantime, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. It's still going. It's crazy. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. Oh my gosh, it's still going.